Kim Field with eXp Realty, and we're here today at Mountain View Mortgages to see Anthony Spadafora, who is a mortgage broker here in Burlington, and we're going to find out what he can offer us as customers and people for mortgages, and find out a little bit what he does here in Burlington in our community. So let's go and find out. Hi, we're here with Anthony Spadafora with Mountain View Mortgages, and we're going to ask him a little bit about himself and what he does. So, Anthony, tell me about yourself.
So I'm been a broker for 20 years. I'm married and I have three kids, three children that are two are teenagers, and I still have a 9-year-old. So
Okay, lovely.
Yeah.
And how long have you lived in Burlington?
I've been in Burlington 14 years.
14 years. Okay.
Yeah, so love it here.
Okay.
Moved from Oakville, and
Right.
again I'm bringing a lot of people with me from Oakville to Burlington. So I absolutely love
Excellent. So your focus is mostly Oakville and Burlington, or
Oakville, Burlington, and Mississauga.
Mississauga?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're like east.
I started my business really in Mississauga.
Okay.
And I've moved west.
Excellent, excellent. So, why did you become a mortgage broker?
I became a mortgage broker because my first mortgage, I had a really terrible experience at one of the big banks,
Okay.
and compounded that I've always been an entrepreneur. I come from the hospitality industry, and anyways, tried other things after I sold. I had a restaurant before I sold it, and I tried other things,
Okay.
and mortgage brokering was really new in the millennium, 2003, 2004.
Okay.
And I thought, the whole story is I heard Doug Gilmore on the radio. He had Monster Mortgage, and I said I can do that. And he took the course, and here I am today.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. Good.
Yeah.
So, Anthony, tell me about Mountain View Mortgages.
So Mountain View Mortgage, we actually just celebrated our 8th-year anniversary. So I have my partner Carolyn, who's in Georgetown. We
Okay.
opened up Mountain View Mortgage 8 years ago. We were both agents at another mortgage company where we met,
Okay.
and prior to that I worked for another company where I learned the industry, learned brokering. So it's going on my 20th year.
Yeah.
We have 30 licensed mortgage agents across the GTA.
Okay.
So we've built quite a team now, and
Okay.
yeah. So from Georgetown to Toronto to Hamilton to Niagara Falls to we've got
Okay.
agents all
So,
over. Yeah.
so are you like the lead hand in that?
Yeah, I'm the
You're
principal broker.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I'm the principal broker owner,
Okay.
and Carolyn in Georgetown is she's partner.
Partner.
Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. No. What banks or lenders do you usually work with?
So we work with TD Bank a lot, Scotiabank,
Okay.
Manulife, and First National, which is the largest non-bank lender in Canada.
Okay.
So those are again my top 4.
Those are your top 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we got great relationships with them, and
Okay.
along with them, we also have another. Obviously you've heard brokers work with 40 lenders, but we have a relationship, I would say, with another 15 that are pretty close. Where
Yeah.
we can call and
Yeah.
try to broker the deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Credit unions as well.
Yeah, that's good. It's nice to have a variety, right?
Yes.
Of
Especially in this
lenders.
market.
Yeah. What is your most memorable experience you've had as a mortgage broker?
Most memorable experience is, you always remember your first deal.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So
I was the guy who was actually doing my fence at my house, and he needed a mortgage, and I was in between taking my studying for the mortgage exam,
Okay.
and the guy said to me, he goes, I bought a house, can you help me with my mortgage?
Wow, right
And,
away.
anyway, he's a great guy. Always remember that. And then from there on, we've got a lot of great experiences helping people along the way. But
Yeah.
definitely my first one is you always remember your first deal.
Yeah.
And
So true.
Yeah. So that's
That's a great.
yeah.
Tell me the difference between locking in a mortgage and a variable rate.
So two obviously different types of mortgage products. A fixed rate is something that your payments doesn't change over a 5-year term, 2-year term, depending whatever term you take out. There will be no fluctuation in that payment. A variable rate mortgage, there are two types. There's an adjustable rate, and then there's a variable rate that has a static payment.
Mhm.
So some lenders, when the prime rate changes, your payment will change up or down. Obviously, in the last 4 months, we've seen rates go up, and lenders that have an adjustable rate, variable rate mortgage, people have been feeling, been seeing that their payment has been steadily rising.
Yeah.
The other side is where the payment will stay the same, but the portion of principal and interest changes within that payment. So until there's a point where we call it a trigger point, where your payment cannot cover the interest that's owing. And actually with TD Bank right now, it's the first time in 40 years I've been advised that trigger points have been hit.
Okay.
So clients have been, TD's been reaching out to many clients saying, hey, we gotta raise your payment.
Within a locked in.
With a variable rate mortgage.
With a variable rate
Yeah.
mortgage.
So
Okay. Yeah.
there's two types of variable rate mortgages, and,
Yeah.
and obviously the fixed rate. Variable rate has been very popular the last 15 years, and it's been especially popular the last 3 years.
Yeah.
But nobody saw what's happened in the last 6 months,
Mm-hmm.
and we just hope again, a variable rate mortgage. Part of the advantages are that it's very flexible.
Yeah.
You can lock into a fixed rate at any time with most of the lenders without any penalty or fees.
Mm-hmm.
And if you needed to break the mortgage by, you had to sell or you had to readjust your mortgage, it would only be a 3-month interest penalty.
Okay.
So I am, even with these, crazy times, variables still, if we can get, if clients can get through this time,
Yeah.
because I hope there is, and again, we don't know, but I hope there's light at the end of the tunnel where rates come back down to, 2018, 2019
Yeah.
levels, right?
Yeah.
So,
Under 5%.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
so,
Okay.
yeah, we hope for that.
What are the economists saying for the future of mortgage lending and costs? Like, what is your thoughts on that?
Well, I think we're going to see further increases because we are tied to the U.S. and we have inflationary problems right now.
Yes.
Inflation is very high. Our largest trading partner in the U.S. is increasing rates, and we have to follow.
We just follow suit.
We're following suit
Yeah.
because our dollar is dependent on it.
Yeah.
But the unfortunate part is, there's factors here that don't relate to what's happening in the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
The average house in the United States price is a lot different than from Canada.
Yes.
They're able to deduct mortgage interest. We can't.
Right.
So there's things that I'm hoping that the Bank of Canada takes into consideration.
Yeah.
Because this is really this has been a very tough time these last 3-4 months.
Yeah.
And compounding that with that, the Bank of Canada did say that they weren't going to raise rates until 2023.
Mm-hmm.
That in January they missed the mark of not raising interest rates, and
Yeah.
now they're in a fury of increasing rates very quickly.
Yes.
It's hurting a lot of people.
Yeah.
Anyways, so it's been a huge challenge.
Yeah.
But there's also opportunity for first-time home buyers to buy right now.
Yeah, right now I see, like, with the shift in the market, like
Yeah.
with the spring market, it was crazy. You couldn't put conditions. It was just buy, cash
Yes.
buy, and houses going 100, 200,000 over asking. Whereas now we're seeing a lot more increase in products
Mhm.
and houses sitting and opportunities to put conditions in, to put
Proper.
inspections in, and to be secure with what they're buying and not having to go over asking, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Less competition, which is a more fair market, which I feel. This time.
Yeah, definitely, and I think it's definitely it's a proper way of purchasing a home.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
You want to do your due diligence. You want to do your home inspection. You want to ensure your financing is to your liking.
Yes,
And
exactly.
it meets your needs. February was a very uncomfortable way of purchasing a home for
Oh
everybody.
yeah, from February to May.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
and
it was.
it's a very, and now we've got higher rates, but qualified people, if they purchase, you know, you get 5 to 10 day condition of financing.
Yeah,
And we do things, we get everything done within that time frame, so to ensure that they're protected and things
Yeah.
are done properly, so,
that's all.
yeah.
So, getting back to Burlington,
Mhm.
because we both live here and reside here.
Yes.
What do you like to do in Burlington? What are some of the favorite things that you like to do in Burlington?
Well, my wife and I, we like going downtown for
Mhm.
dinner, and we love walking along the boardwalk. I've done that many times with my kids.
Yeah.
Um, again, Burlington's just a great spot. Again, I'm an avid golfer, so I golf at many of the golf courses here in Burlington.
Okay, which golf course do you usually go to?
Well, I've Hidden Lake, so
Hidden
northern.
Lake?
Yeah, I live
Yeah.
in Tyendega, so I've golfed at Tyendega
Tyendega, yeah.
many times.
What's your favorite restaurant, or if you have a, in Burlington?
Favorite restaurant right now is Bavette. It's right on Elizabeth.
Bavette? Okay, yeah,
it's really
okay,
nice. A friend
very
of mine
nice.
owns that. So when I had a restaurant in Mississauga, we knew each other.
Yeah, okay.
And I like the Carriage House for fancy
Oh, yeah.
stuff. And then, and again, I still haven't eaten at Jake's. I gotta eat there.
Jake's, okay. Jake's,
I've heard so many great things about it.
oh yeah, it's a great, yeah, love
But
Jake's.
those, we kind of, there's great, again, Burlington has so many great
It
restaurants.
has a variety, for sure.
So
Sure.
we like to eat out, so.
Yeah, okay. What are some of your pet peeves, would you say? Like,
Pet peeves?
yeah,
Again, working with, a wide variety of realtors is just, my pet peeves is ensuring, rushing the process. It's kind of my pet peeve is when it's like,
rushing is getting everything on.
no, just rushing it where again, giving the client the time to breathe and to really, or maybe again, ensuring, and again with the client, maybe going over, again in my business, it's,
Yes,
pushing limits where, you've been pre-approved for a certain amount and we're going above it and above it.
so going above the pre-approval then, right?
Above it,
And
right.
making sure that,
Yeah,
because
it's kind of like,
these pre-approvals can be so it's never like,
I always give a buffer, right? There's always a little bit of
Yeah.
buffer, but it's going beyond that sometimes could be uncomfortable.
it can be because you gotta ask some like personal questions and
Right.
because at the end of the day, mortgages, it's the biggest investment of your life, right?
And
And you want to make sure that everything's gonna go smoothly. You don't want to wait like a week before
Exactly.
closing and be like, oh, we got this and this and this, right?
yeah, and then pet peeves are with lenders,
Yeah.
Again to segue to what you just
Yeah.
mentioned is last minute conditions. Again,
Yeah,
in our business, it's sometimes underwriters will throw a condition on last minute, and that's
Yeah.
kind of hostage conditions.
oh,
kind
I
of thing.
know, it can be.
Right, so those are things that pet peeves of mine, just throughout the process. And then the other thing is to, it is an educational process
Mhm.
where,
Yes, indeed.
pet peeve, I've asked for down payment with money laundering, terrorist financing, we need to see a lot of documentation.
Yes,
for
of
that.
course, yeah.
And, depending on, the client, why are you asking for that? And again, just, it's,
Yeah,
like, well, we wouldn't ask for things we didn't need, right?
yeah.
So,
Well, the thing is with lenders, like they need
yeah,
evidence, they need paper trails, they need statements
right.
and so forth. I
Yeah.
understand that. What are some of like your biggest challenges, would you say? In this,
biggest challenges, I think meeting, just really adapting to the different clients that, everybody's different
Yes,
and being able to appease and to ensure that they're happy with my service.
yes,
Because sometimes and you have, so I'm in the middle between the client and the lender,
yeah.
and sometimes the lender is not as friendly and they're asking for things and I have to
Mhm.
put a little bit of, and then retrieve documentation.
Yes, of course,
So
yeah.
those are challenges in regard, and then also challenges are, sometimes having hard news, like
Yeah,
when they're not approved, when
they're
they're
approved
and
for as much as
advised,
you thought or yeah.
prior, and that disappoints people. Again,
Yeah.
that's my job is to give proper advice, but it's hard to give
Bad news,
right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
that's part of the
Yeah, one of the challenges.
yes.
Okay, that's great. And so I guess I think you already answered this before, and what you like to do for fun. So you like golfing?
I like golfing.
Yeah.
I like all sports.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm a sporty. I love
Sporty
watching
guy.
sports. I
Yeah.
love
Anything
so
with scoreboard.
anything with a scoreboard, I enjoy it, and it's definitely a great pastime. you
Yeah.
know?
Good.
So yeah.
I definitely recommend mortgage brokers as opposed to just the bank. Can you tell me what your opinion is on that, and as opposed to the population or customers or people going to using their own bank as opposed to using a mortgage broker? What's the difference?
Yeah, it's a multi-layered response. One, mortgage brokers have the expertise. They just do mortgages all day, every day.
Correct.
So somebody like myself, when you come see me, I'm not here to sell them credit cards, open accounts, or look at their investments. We're here to find a solution for a mortgage. And depending on your application, we have, we've got we call a AAA client that we can go to the big banks, or what we call monoline lenders that have great rates and great terms. Or if you're self-employed and you don't show as much income as you need to qualify, we've got lenders that will work with self-employed, and then we have lenders that will work with people that may have had derogatory credit in the past, bruised credit, and then we have lenders that, if they're new to Canada or they need a loan and they don't qualify, we can figure out a private mortgage for them. Really, if you're going to work with a broker, I always say you want to have as many tools in your belt.
Correct. Yeah.
And options for your clients, and that's why I became a broker, because I said, hey, if I'm going to get mortgages, I need to have as many options for my clients.
Right.
And that's what we've done, and that's what we convey to our clients, right? So.
And that's why I'm usually like, you go to the bank only offers what the bank has.
And I always say one thing. I actually make a joke of it. I say, you call your branch, and again, nothing against branches because they do a great job, but you try calling a branch, calling them back. Do they pick up the phone? Most brokers, I say with myself, you call me back, I pick up. You call me again, we pick up. And again, to have that constant communication.
Yes, communication is
key, especially for depending on the status of a file. If something's pending, we're moving quickly on something.
Yes,
so
it's all about timing is of the essence.
Timing is of the essence. So
to doing offers and so forth.
Yeah. So that's and so far so good.
Yeah, that's great. All right. Well, thank you for meeting with me today.
My pleasure. Thanks for this opportunity too.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I hope that we can do some more deals in the future.
Thank you.
And that's it for today.
That's
for
great.
Mountain View Mortgages. And if you're looking for a mortgage or a realtor or a house, we're here to help.
Thank you.
Thank you.